こんにちは、ハギーです。キングダムズ・オブ・アマラー、続きをプレイしていきましょう。ナロスの牙のクエストの3回目になりますね。じゃあ、行ってみましょう。
I hear you. You return. Well, the Primos has not graced the ears of his subjects in ages. What has he said to you? The Circlet of Arcase. And Anakatos expects me to lead you to it? Has his reclusion left him senseless? Has he forgotten his history as well as his people? Very well. As I cannot refuse the Primos, I will meet you in the crypts in the undersewers of the city. Let us deal with this as quickly as possible. Very well.
このもうちょい先か。あ、これ敵かい。あれ味方もおんのか。あ、なんか固まってもんだ。
They have lurked these walls for decades, raised along with the city years ago.
これか。
There. That is the artifact you seek. The Circlet of Arcase. By taking it, Arcase's grave becomes an empty tomb. Let us depart. Anakatos has had his fun with me, and there is nothing left to plunder.
そうなんか嫌いなんかな、あのカトスのこと。
It is nothing I can share with you, Becca.
元彼とかなんか
It is not worth your time.
石やけど。教えて。
I always thought that were I to come to Arcase's crypt, it would be because of the work of gods alone. And here I am, by the will of none but Anakatos, flesh and blood. I cannot! I will not! Even after all these years, he has not forgotten his brand of viciousness. He knows I must obey his command. I apologize for my outbursts. However, it can be hard to let convictions go. But we must. We must.
なんか神の代理をやってるのが気に食わねえよみたいな、そんな感じなのかな。
Very well.
You bear the circlet of Arcase. Then the wreath is almost complete. The foundation is gold with runes of prayer, as I said. Now, it must be woven with blood and toil. The colossi furnish the foundation and nature furnishes the trappings. The laurels of the wreath are not crafted, but earned. We seek Terex veins. Once they are ours, once the wreath is complete, the ritual of atonement can begin.
プテリクスいうのはナロスの牙に入ってから初めて見た鳥のモンスターだよな。
They are a common foe. We seek the veins of the Alpha Terex. They are fierce and proud, all that is wild and savage in nature. To prove to the gods the righteousness of our faith, then we must conquer a mighty foe. They will serve. The gods sent you to bear witness to our atonement. To do that, we must complete the wreath of absolution. The wreath is made from the large feathers, the veins of the Terex Alpha.
普通のやつじゃなくてアルファっていうぐらいやからでかいんかな。あのカトスにアーケスのサークレットを渡した。メンシャの輪を完成させるため、今度はプテリクスの羽に生える色とりどりの羽を回収するよう頼まれた。そのためにナロスの牙の自然の中、プテリクスの止まり木で落ち合うよう告げられたと。次ここか。
We are here. That is good. I feel hope stirring in my veins once more. It is the prospect of
仮にもこ
reconciliation
このボスや
that
の
has
に自ら
granted
出てい
me
くんやな。
a second youth. Come, we must kill the alphas of each eyrie. With their veins in hand, we shall fulfill the gods' wishes. We must act. Feel Balan's embrace.
ああ、いきなりもう目の前おるよ。終わった。開けないね。あ、ここで取るんか。
Thus we begin. And as we harvest these trophies, you shall learn the journey the Colossi have taken to get here. Once we were but savages, no better than the other giant kin. We were called Myru, and to that identity we were chained until one day Athene spoke to us. She spoke of a destiny and
あ、こい
greatness
つらあれ
that
か。
was
巨人
not
族の
ours
中の
but
一
could be.
部族とい
She
うか
showed
一
us
部
the
なのか。
path of ascension, and we followed it here to the teeth of Naros. No, we are far from the homeland of our ancestors. Undoubtedly the gods wished us to renounce our savage history. It was necessary. Though the Jotun and Etin once regarded us as kin, they grew jealous of us, of the strength we gained from the gods' favor. Tensions
あ
rose
あ、
to
他の
war.
部族ってあれか。
It was a
ジョ
sign
タンと
from
かエティン
Athene
と
to
か
my
敵
people
の
to
モンス
seek
タ
a
ー
new
か。
homeland, where the bounty of her wisdom could be harvested eternally. We must act.
とりあえずメテオ打っときゃ大体減るよなっていう。
We wandered the teeth of Naros in search of the homeland we were promised. And when hope seemed lost, we found the Hyperion. It was a divine artifact. No mortal hand could have crafted it, a massive stone, alone in the wilderness, with the image of a floating city engraved upon its surface. At the city's heart was the Hyperion itself. We knew then Athene was tasking us to craft this wondrous city, to form a covenant. But we betrayed that ideal. To test our worthiness, the gods have strewn throughout Amalur riddles, puzzles, and challenges. Answering them demonstrates our greatness. The Hyperion is one such challenge, perhaps the greatest of them. And though we discovered it years before, we still do not have the answer. Very well, Beck. In the end, the city rose, but the Hyperion did not follow. The heart of the city remained unmoved. That we could not abide. My predecessor, Arches, sought to force the Hyperion up, but the Hyperion rejected him, killing him and his followers, and sealed itself away. Our work here is concluded. Since you seem to favor the arts of magic, take these. I used them once. May they guide your meditations. I must make the gods see that my people can be redeemed for the faults of Arches. With the wreath in hand, I can conduct a ritual of atonement. As you bear the cipher, the conduit to the gods, you will bear witness. Come, we must conduct this ceremony at the site of our original transgression. Let us go to the Hyperion. We must act.
カロシーがエセンの恩恵を取り戻すのに必要なアーティファクト、メンシャの輪をあのカトスと共に制作した。輪が完成した今、 共にハイペリアン寺院へ行って開墾の儀式を行うようあのカトスに頼まれた。ハイペリアン寺院はイディラの下の湖にあると。今度は寺院に行くのか。これか。ハイペリアン寺院。またなんか落ちるやつあるけど。無理か。あ、いたいた。
You have come, good. We stand in a ground once hallowed beyond all things, now tainted by the excommunication of my people. Ever since that terrible day,
あれ、あのカトスなんか、こん
brought about the
な
disfavor
羽
of the
冠かぶっ
gods.
てなかったやろ。
My followers have tended this place. Now come. We shall go to the antechamber of the Hyperion,
控えの間に
the
向かうの
very
か。
spot where the sins of the Colossi were answered. The antechamber is the flawed design of Arcades. It was the means by which he sought to force the Hyperion to join the city. It was to do so using the spark of divine magic Athene placed into each of us, that these fragments combined would create a force equal to that of a god. Such power was never meant to be wielded by the unworthy. The energies struck back at Arcades, and the many assembled in his chamber, killing them. We are so close now.
こんなに親しくなるとはな。別に親しくなったかななったんかな
Much was ruined in that dark hour. The magics holding the paths together were unbound. Only the cipher can reorder such magics. Press ahead and set the path.
なんか祈り出したけど。おう。こっちに仕事させやがってよ。
Come. We must finish this. We have reached it.
お、
Beyond that stone is the Hyperion, the gift of the gods, the symbol of a covenant concluded. It rests out of reach, waiting for the day when the gods forgive our trespass, when they find us worthy again. Until now, I feared such a day would not come. We should begin. The gods visited this room once before. It seems only fit that you occupy their position. I will take my place where Arceus once stood. Long before, Arceus dared grasp the power of the gods and was judged according to his impudence. We act now as their analogues. In you, the gods visit this chamber once more. You shall stand where they appeared and made
って言われて
manifest
も
their
わ
wrath.
からへんねんけ
And
ど。
I shall stand where Arceus stood and bore the brunt of their imminent will. We are so close
こ
now.
んなに親しくなるとはな。なった覚えねえけどな。みたいな。お。違うんかな。ああ、おう。
Thank the gods. Praise be to them after all this time.
さあ、
I
何
bear
が待っているんで
witness
しょ
to
う。
their confirmation. You have done so well, beckoned, to bring the cipher to me and to let me use its
なんか絵面的にあの
With
カト
you,
ス
I
裏
can
切りそう
do
な感
what
じじゃないけど。
Arceus could not.
気のせいか。
Command the Hyperion. This chamber harnesses the magic needed to control the Hyperion. Before you appeared with the cipher, no force was sufficient. I knew that when we first met, when I first sensed the cipher, that I could unseal the Hyperion and command its power. Why else would the gods furnish you, whom I needed most in my lowest hour? The gods have found my people unworthy of the gifts offered us. So, using the Hyperion
あ、やっぱそうなん、もう。やっぱ裏切るんか。なんかそんな感じやもんな。
And once the city falls, I will reforge the ruins in an image the gods find acceptable.
ほら、もう死んでねとか言ってるじゃん。
Sorry, Beckon, but you must be a martyr for my cause.
お、あ、有罪だぞって。倒した。あのカトスの策略によりサイファーが壊れた。運命の力が大きく揺らいでいるようだ。お。
Beckoned. What has happened? Why are Anakatos' acolytes attacking us? What is he doing with the Hyperion? Destroy Idylla? No! That zealous fool! Have the loss of his gods driven him to such despair to use the Beckoned and the Cipher for such ends? We must make our way from this place. We cannot stop Anakatos from here. Take this talisman. The silent choir acolyte who bore it won't need it anymore. Now let's move. How if we cannot reach him? And we can do nothing to stop him if his worshippers kill us here. We must make for the surface, and hope that there is time enough for us to deal with him. Farewell. Anakatos has sealed himself in with the Hyperion, and his silent choir will lay down their lives for him. I do not know what to do, Beckoned. I have defended my people from beasts and disasters, but nothing like this. Of course, I will not let Anakatos destroy my people because he believes the gods demand it. I know we have the strength we need inside of us, despite his claims. We are worth saving, even if the gods disagree. But Anakatos has sealed himself in the Hyperion antechamber. Without the cipher and knowledge of the Hyperion, we are lost. Anakatos was clever by exploiting your power. The cipher must be the key to unlocking the Hyperion, and he has broken it in his plan. But that is the one thing my people have been unable to do since we first came here. Only the Primos would know enough about the riddle for us to even try. Anakatos and his silent choir had a monastic retreat in the wilderness, Nixaros. If we need his knowledge, we best start our search there. Farewell.
セカンドラによると、あのカトスがハイペリアンを使ってイディラを破壊するのを阻止するには、ハイペリアンの封印を解く方法を見つけなければならない。手がかりを得るため、プリモスの地下墓地であるニクサロスを探すことを提案された。というわけで今度は地下墓地に行くのか。といったところで今回の動画はこの辺りで終わりたいと思います。おそらくこのクエストのラスボスはあのカトスなのかなって感じですかね。もしかしたらその裏もう一体ぐらいいるかもしれないけど。といった感じで、それではまた次の動画でお会いしましょう。バイバイ。